Hey guys, it's Amy from Two Oaks Farmstead and Farm Life and Freedom now. We are talking today about the upcoming Farm Life and Freedom podcast. Now, if you've followed along on any of our social media or on our blogs, you have seen us talk about the fact that we are going to be doing this podcast. We have we have been trying really hard to get things together, okay? This is completely new to me. Now, you know me, I do videos. I do them nonstop, in fact. But this has been a learning experience for me. I've been working on getting things set up for where I've got to do my podcast, doing the studio thing. But and this is okay, this is the she shed. The she shed is the studio for the most part. I'm also going to be doing some out and about interviews and what have you. But this is kind of what I've got set up to get things started. Now, I'm not quite used to this yet. The headphone things are kind of irritating me, and I'm working on getting all of the audio and the video set up properly. But for now, this is at least where I can kind of come to you and tell you what's going on. Okay, we're going to be doing, I mentioned before that in the pre launch, we would be doing some giveaways. Those are starting now. Okay, I'll tell you about those in just a second. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of what Farm Life and Freedom podcast is all about. Who is it for, right? I've had several people ask me. So I thought, this will be a great time to just get out there and tell you guys exactly what Farm Life and Freedom podcast is going to be about. Now, you'll have to pardon me. I can't see anything at all without the glasses, so I have to keep them on, at least during this portion of it. Okay, so to get things going, I'm gonna tell you about that. Farm Life and Freedom, who is it for? It is for anyone who is considering the more self-sufficient lifestyle, all the way up to people who are already in it, people who are living that homesteading life every day as we speak, because we can all learn something. I know I learn something new every day. I learn from you, you learn from me. That's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. But that's who this podcast is for. If you are thinking about leaning into a more self-sufficient lifestyle, then this is going to help you. This is going to be a great podcast for you. Now, some of the subjects that we're going to be discussing will include it's all aspects of the homesteading life, but it's going to include things like gardening. Now, if you follow me, you know that I'm all about the gardening, okay? It's kind of what I live for on a daily basis. I live my entire spring, summer, and fall gardening, and then winter, I'm sulking while I'm getting ready to start planning for my next garden, okay? So that's what we do, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Lots and lots of great information concerning all aspects of gardening, okay? Now, but what else? We're going to be talking about raising livestock and all the various things that you've got to consider and think about when you're raising all different kinds of livestock. We're not just talking cows and chickens. We're talking about lots of different livestock, okay? And what the different options are for you if you are, say, you're in an urban area. You can homestead in an urban situation. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. But there are certain things that you couldn't have a cow in your backyard in most places. There's some places that you might be able to, but you might be able to do things like rabbits or a few chickens. And we're going to talk about those kind of things too. But we're also going to be talking things like cooking, canning, and food preservation. That's a big deal, especially now when the grocery store prices are just astronomical. And there are things that you guys can do at your home for your family. And we're going to be talking about all those to include butchering at home. Now, if you follow me, you know that that's something that I do a lot of. And in fact, I've got coming up probably here very shortly, I'm going to have to be butchering my first cow. I've actually got two that I've got to butcher. We're feeding them out right now, and we're going to get them slaughtered and hanging in our cooler. And then we will be butchering them. And it's going to be a big task. I know. And that's something that I can walk you guys through. I can talk about all the various things. I've been butchering for a lot of years, but this will be my first cow. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. Anyhow, we are going to be talking about things like farm construction, farm building, and all the DIY projects that I love so much. If you follow me on Two Oaks Farm Talk, you see a lot of those. I'm constantly posting some how to's and that kind of thing on my projects. And then, of course, we'll be talking about various different general homesteading info. Anyone who is in or looking to be in that homesteading life, all of this info will be great for you. Now, we will also be talking some current events, guys. I think it's important. It is very, very important, in fact, to kind of keep up with the, let's just call them current events. And what I'm really talking about here is decisions that our lawmakers make that affect us. I will be speaking to them as they happen in the way that they affect us, okay? Specifically, if we have a farm bill that passes that's going to do some damage, I'm going to tell you about it. I will admit that I'm kind of a news junkie. I'm kind of a political junkie, but I'm not going to be shoving anything down anyone's throat, okay? It's just not what I'm going to be doing. I will, however, give you the information that I compile. And let's just leave it at that. I will give you the information as it affects you, okay? So there's that. But then I will say this, we will also be talking about some other subjects that things that kind of go around that homesteading lifestyle. They tend to kind of be a part of it. Like homeschooling. You may not homeschool, but you may be thinking about it, or you may have friends or family who do. And that's something I've done it for over 2 decades now. And I'm actually on my very last one. He will probably be graduating within the year. And I'm a little bit sad. However, I've got a grandson coming up and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be helping a little bit with that. But homeschooling has always been a passion of mine. It's something that I feel very strongly about. I've tried everything. I've tried all of it. And we're going to be talking about a lot of that, different parts of homeschooling. So that'll be part of it. And then just some basic stuff, some, parenting and other kind of family relationships, things that tend to be a part of this lifestyle that I love so much. Okay. So that's the gist of Farm Life and Freedom. I'm working on getting some really great guests that I believe will give us a lot of great information, things that I think that everyone will enjoy, things that experts in these various subjects that we've just been talking about. So we're going to try and wrangle them in here. And then, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what our first giveaways are going to be. Now, if you followed, you might have seen, let's see if I can get up here, the books that I've written. So I'm doing these one at a time. So these will start our giveaways. This one here is Planning Your Best Garden. It's a planner, workbook, logbook, and journal. And basically, these are, so I'm going to flip through it and let you see this. There are all different kinds of planners, trackers, and then also some really great information for getting yourself started on a really great garden. One of the biggest hurdles to jump over when you're planning a really great garden is the planning. Okay, a lot of people think I just go buy some seed, throw them on the ground, put some dirt over them, and water them every now and again. Nope, that is not what will get you to your best garden. But this book will help you. This planner will absolutely help you. You can get these on Amazon. You can also get on twooaksfarmstead.com and click the link there. Or if you are the lucky winner, you're going to get one. And then the other one, pull it up here. This is a different one that I wrote. It's called Becoming Self-Sufficient. This is, okay, and it also says steps you can take today to ensure your family's survival in an uncertain time. I'm planning a follow-up to this book that goes into much greater detail on some of these areas, but this is a really great beginning book. This is one that will give you some terrific information on some of the areas that you're going to have to look at if you are considering kind of leaning a little heavily into the self-sufficient lifestyle. And when see if I can kind of flip through here a little bit. There it's written in a way that you can kind of do a self-assessment. There's kind of I guess a workbook, kind of an idea to help you assess yourself. Talks about goals, it talks about finances, and then it gets down to the meat of the subject. And we could talk in depth on gardening and issues concerning all aspects of gardening, things that you're going to have to kind of think about. And then also we talk about livestock, we talk about shelter, and just a variety of things. And it gives you, so I can get to this, I'll show you. Gives you some areas where you can kind of keep track of where you are on these scales, okay? And so that's what it does. It gives you a lot of great information, but this is going to be one of the giveaways as well. You can get these, like I say, on Amazon, or you can go to twoaks.farmstead.com and click the link there and get those. But maybe you'll be the lucky winners who get a copy of these books. Now, what do you have to do to be a lucky winner? I need you to show us some love, okay? Now, Farm Life and Freedom it's all over social media. We've got our own channels here and there. So, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we're also on YouTube. We've got our YouTube channel that will be it's there right now. It's just hasn't got a lot on it right now. As soon as we get this thing launched, it'll be all over the place. But if you go to these places, wherever you happen to get social, and like, subscribe, all of that, and share. If you guys can like and share this post and tag someone, that's going to get you in the hopper for the drawing. And I would really appreciate it. I would appreciate the love so much. You guys, this is going to help us be able to get out there and get this launch going. Okay. Thanks a lot for listening. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you on the flip side.